What is up, investors? Jason here. So in this video, we're going to be talking about Rivian, ticker symbol RIVN. Now, Rivian is an electric vehicle truck maker, and I've talked about them a lot before on this channel, before they were even a publicly traded company. I talked about it a couple of years ago, just when they really started to make a bit of a news around in the whole EV space. Now, the interesting thing here with Rivian is they are a company that is backed by Ford and Amazon. Ford actually owns 10% of Rivian, but Ford still sees Rivian as competition. They are not involved in anything as far as manufacturing goes with their vehicles, and Ford is not taking any of the designs of Rivian for their own stuff. There is still competition, but at the same time, Ford is part owners of the company. Now, Amazon has a really large investment into Rivian as well, which is something that is being used by Amazon. Amazon has placed a very large order for electric vans for their company. So Amazon has a lot to really benefit from Rivian. Now, in this video, we're mostly going to be focusing on their actual stock itself and the recent news about the company. So as we get to it, if you guys don't mind, please do me a huge favor. Please be sure to smash, destroy, annihilate, or just gently press that like button. It helps me a lot with the YouTube algorithm and helps spread these videos to more people that might find it interesting, and subscribe if you have not already. Now, I want to let you guys know that I do talk about other things than just stocks on this channel. I do talk about cryptocurrencies as well. So if you like topics of tech and moving industries, then please do subscribe. So now let's get to it. So it's been very interesting for Rivian because this stock went public on November 10th, and quickly after it had gone public, by mid-November, we had seen Rivian stock price upwards around $180. And then after that, we just saw do a bunch of pullback, a lot of profit taking that had gone on after that. And now we're seeing Rivian down below under $100 at this moment. So it's really moved a lot in these last 30 days in particular, really. Now, on Thursday, Rivian announced after market close that they fell a few hundred vehicles short of their year's production target of 1,200 vehicles. The company said it faced supply chain issues as well as challenges ramping up production of the complex batteries that power the vehicles. On the plus side, Rivian said total reservations for the electric R1t pickup and R1s SUV increased to 71,000 as of December 15th, up 28% compared with the most recent tally of 55,400 vehicles in November. That's a higher rate than what the company expected. The updates came alongside Rivian's first quarter report as a public company and confirmation of plans for a new $5 billion plant in Georgia that's expected to begin production in 2024. Now, Rivian's third quarter results fell in line with Wall Street revenue expectations and with estimates the company's previously released as a part of its IPO. For the third quarter, Rivian reported an operation loss of $776 million and a net loss of $1.23 billion. The company had previously predicted an operational loss between $745 million and $795 million, and a net loss between $1.21 billion and $1.28 billion. Now, it's no surprise that they didn't hit their numbers of how many vehicles they planned on customers receiving. Now, a large majority of all these vehicles that have been delivered so far, though, they were just to employees of the company, and it's still a while until they're going to actually start fulfilling the mass number of pre-orders that they do have. But at the same time, you do have to expect that there are going to be some sort of growing pains with the company, as well as trying to get things all dialed in. Nothing's going to always be as is expected, especially in this whole startup stages, as they are spending a lot of money to actually, build this whole foundation of their company. And there's a lot more money that they're going to be spending for years to come. It's going to be a while before you see any sort of profitability from Rivian, and that should just be expected with any sort of growth company, especially one that deals within an industry that costs a lot of money to get started. Now, Rivian's second manufacturing facility will be east of Atlanta, Georgia, and construction on the facility, which is projected to produce up to 400,000 vehicles per year at full capacity, is expected to commence next year and become operational in 2024, according to the company. The automaker also said that its existing facility in Normal, Illinois, was recently approved for a 623,000 square foot expansion, which will bring the total footprint to approximately 4 million square feet. Now, the Rivian R1t, their pickup, is the 2022 MotorTrends Truck of the Year, which is a great thing to actually have a title of, because you always hear like Ford or Dodge or GM always saying rated the MotorTrends Truck of the Year. So it's always a great thing to have for advertising to have that title. Now, Rivian does have a lot of great things going for them. They do have a great truck, which at the same time, they have a lot of money behind them, and they have the manufacturing capabilities to produce everything that they need to do with their vehicles. So they are going to be a really big competitor to the entire EV industry. I have no doubt about that, even though that some people might have their doubts. But when there's money behind them, that, you know, Amazon has 20% ownership and Ford has 12% ownership, it's really not that likely that we're going to see Rivian just go belly up. This is a company that really does have a great future ahead of it, and especially now seeing that the stock prices dropped down so low from now being at around where they were when the stock first hit the market. That's a great thing, in my opinion, especially being recognized for the MotorTrends Truck of the Year, a title that probably would have went to Tesla's Cybertruck if the production on that would have been sooner. And now that Rivian did get a pickup truck out before Tesla, that's a great thing for Rivian too. That's another big pro for the company that it really gives them a leg up in the industry. Now, in this CNBC article, it says Wall Street analysts have set a high bar for Rivian, comparing CEO Scaringe to Superman and saying the company is the one capable of challenging EV leader Tesla. Rivian is still a growth story, though it expects capital expenditures of about $8 billion through 2023, with some analysts such as BofA Securities' John Murphy forecasting Rivian won't turn an operational profit until at least 2025, which I would have to agree with the BofA analysts and say that's more than likely true, and more than likely that's what would happen. Now, Rivian at this current price, I think that's a great price in my opinion, especially since we've seen the price drop down such a large number from where it was at its highs just a month ago. And this is going to be one of those interesting stories that are definitely worth following, especially since we've seen so many EV stocks flop that have recently hit the market over 2020 and into now. Rivian is one of the only EV companies besides Lucid Motors that has gone public recently that I think that really has a good chance as far as newcomers in the game that is ran by companies that have been around for 100 years or so. So I think there's a lot of great things that happen with Rivian, one that we're going to have to definitely follow. So I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions of this. What do you guys think about Rivian? Is there anybody out there that is buying? I personally am very interested in Rivian. So with that being said, please like, share, comment, subscribe. New videos coming on my channel all the time. Thank you for watching.